sessions just run over. It just happens.
Yeah, it's chill.
Okay, let's get this pulled up. Okay, well, what got you interested in coaching?
Well, I've been playing Overwatch 2 like a lot. Like it's like the only game I play. So, and I've just been like playing support really just the most, and I was losing a lot of games on Kiriko. Like it's the only character I have negative win rate on. Like 40% win rate is bad.
Yeah.
So
Makes
like
sense.
I felt like I needed another character I could play because like dive is like really heavy right now in ranked or my ranked games. So
Right.
like Kiriko's really good. So.
Right. Okay. Makes sense. So you need some Kiriko help then. Alrighty. Looking through your form here. So, how long you been playing the game? You say you play a lot of Overwatch 2. So, did you start with Overwatch 2? You've been playing for a while, or what?
I pre-ordered the game, like Overwatch 1, way back, a long time ago, and I played the first like 3 seasons, and I kind of just gave up on it because my friends didn't really play it that much. So I was just like, because back then I really just wanted to play with friends and stuff. Yeah, I was like. I don't even know, like 11 when the game came out. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's all I really cared about, and nobody else really played it, so I just played different games like COD.
Sure.
And then now I'm more like competitive, and I just kind of play whatever I want.
Okay.
You know, I just put more time in Overwatch because I just like the competitive aspect of it.
Yeah. Okay. And your GM1?
Yeah. On my main account, I'm GM4. My alt account is GM1.
Okay. What's the difference between the two? Just RNG or what? Or
Probably because I'm playing Kiriko.
Yeah. Okay. So goals, top 500 contenders select support. Anything additional you would like Spilo to know? Massive ego.
Yeah, that's what got me there.
Please elaborate.
That's what got me to our rank. I was just like, I'm better than everybody, so I'm gonna get GM1.
Right. Well,
and the reason I made an alt account.
Wait a second. So you got better than everybody because you said that you're better than everybody, but that's actually.
Yes.
But how did that help you get to the higher rank?
Well, I just because I was playing different roles, and I was like, okay, well, I play DPS, nobody heals me. I play tank, nobody heals me. So I'm play support.
Okay.
And then I was like, I'm good at support. I can do damage. I can heal. This is fun. So I'm like, okay, I'm actually good at this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like hard stuck masters, like season 2, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make an alt account because I know I can get GM, and I got GM on alt account, and then came back to the main account, and I started playing. I hit GM1 last season on my main account as well.
So what about your ego enabled that to happen?
I don't know. I just kind of go in there and like, okay, well, I know I'm better in masters. At least I was like, I know I'm better than everybody, so there's no reason I should be losing.
Right. So what happened when you lost?
I would just be like, well, it's unlucky. Let's go next.
Right. Okay. So you had more confidence then.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So when you say massive ego, you say that like it's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Okay. What about it's good?
Well, I'm just confident in my gameplay. I really can't nobody can really get me off of my seat or whatever.
Yeah.
I just keep going.
Sure. Okay. Do you know what ego is? You know what the definition is?
No.
Let me look it up in Merriam-Webster really quick. Ego, the self, especially as contrasted with another self or word. Self-esteem. You know what? Here's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about egotism. All right. Excessive use, an exaggerated sense of self-importance. Okay. So, do you think that lines up with your current ego?
Well, I mean, in a ranked match, you have to be the most important person in the lobby. That's how I feel. I can't die or we lose.
Well, that sounds more like you're taking responsibility for your own play.
Yeah, that's still ego, though. You know, you have to be. You have to be the most important in the lobby. Yeah.
Okay. It says here that it's an exaggerated sense of self-importance, though. Do you think that you focusing on your own gameplay is an exaggerated sense of self-importance?
No, I don't think it's exaggerated.
I don't think so either. Do you think having confidence in your gameplay is an exaggerated sense of self-importance?
No, it's not.
I don't think so either. Maybe you have an ego, but at least the things that you're describing, I would not describe as ego at all. And the reason why that's important is an exaggerated sense of self-importance is a problem for a lot of people because it prevents them from getting better because it thinks that I'm already so important and perfect as I am. Therefore, I'm not going to adapt and improve.
They don't learn. Yeah.
Right. But that doesn't sound like you.
Yeah, I'm willing to learn though.
Right. You're willing to learn. Okay. And as long as you're able to keep that mindset and have the humility to understand that I'm not playing perfectly ever, then you're always going to learn and your ceiling is limitless. Your ego is your ceiling. Ego is your ceiling. Because that's when it says that the problem is not me. As long as the problem is you, at least to some extent, then you have a limitless ceiling. But as soon as you go, well, the problem's not me, it's okay, well then there you go. You just exaggerated your self-importance. You've exaggerated that I make no mistakes.
Right.
And then that's when you hit your ceiling. So, maybe you have an ego problem, but not for the things that you're describing. Sleep is on the lower end, 7 hours. Is that something that you're able to increase to 8?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay. Especially with your lofty goals, any little small advantage that you can get, especially for long-term growth, right, is going to be very helpful. All right. Hero pool and rank, Babs and Kiriko on it, but you want specific help with Kiriko. Are you with a team right now?
No, I'm not with a team right now.
Is that something that you're planning on doing in the future?
Yeah, I'm going to start looking.
When?
As soon as I get good at this character, I'll start looking.
What's getting good at this character mean to you?
Oh no, it's starting to win. I'm still like 40% win rate.
Okay. So then, what rank will you allow yourself to start looking for a team?
Probably if I can consistently play like mid GM, because every time I play Kiriko, I fall to like GM5, Masters 1.
So I want you to take that and I want you to write that down, because I don't want us shifting our goalposts and being like, well, when I get to GM1 or when I get to top 500 with Kiriko. Because eventually you're going to be chasing butterflies. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be higher and higher and higher and higher. So if that's where you want to go, okay. What's your training schedule look like right now? How much do you play the game?
Well, I play, I don't know, like hours. I play like 10 games a day, all in like one sitting.
10 games a day, all in one sitting?
So that's probably 2 hours. I sit in queue for like 10 minutes every time. So
okay, 2 hours, 10 games. And is that a daily thing?
Yes, every day.
Every day. Any more, any less?
If I do play more, I'm playing a different role, like tank or DPS.
Okay, so every day, 2 hours of support every day.
Yep.
Okay. Definitely on the lower end of training time for a top 500 Contenders Flex support goal. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right.
That being said, we can absolutely get you to a higher rank in Grandmaster with Kiriko. So let's put emphasis on that. And then if we're able to succeed with that, then you can reevaluate how much you enjoy support and decide whether you want to go from there. It sounds like to an extent that you still enjoy playing the other roles, though, no?
Yeah, I do.
So you might be at a point in time. Go ahead.
I only enjoyed 2 other characters. I played Zarya and Soldier. That's it.
Okay. So then maybe support is for you then. But yeah, my point is that like right now it's like you're not playing enough of the game to be considered anywhere near ready to train towards Contenders. But you don't have to be jumping ahead. You could do this one step at a time. Let's work on your Kiriko. If we can get your Kiriko up to snuff, then maybe you could try. How serious are you about top 500? How serious are you about joining a GM1 team? Okay, then you might need to be playing 3 hours a day. All right. You know, and then you know when that goes well, and you're enjoying the team. Okay, then maybe you can do 2 hours of ranked, 2 hours of scrims a couple times a week, and then see how that goes. And then then I'm really going to be trying grind. Okay, now I'm going for high tier 3, and then the ceiling is probably around the 4.5 5 hour range, including scrims and rank per day.
Right.
But you don't need to, and you really shouldn't aim for that right now. Just take where you're at right now, push it like 1% harder or higher, and then just see what happens. And maybe not even that right now. Maybe right now it's just focus on making those 2 hours like more productive by giving you some goals with Kiriko. But I'm just saying for your long-term goals, what you're doing right now is not going to work. But I'm also going to warn you against trying to jump to long-term training goals immediately.
Starting 4 hours,
don't burn yourself out. Let's just see how you go along the one step at a time, right? Don't throw 400 kilograms on the bar immediately. Yeah. Okay. Do you warm up?
I just kind of sit in back stuff, and I don't really I only warm up like Kiriko because that's like my worst character. Every other character I'm like super comfortable on. Like my Zen is really good, my Bap's pretty good, my Ana's decent. My Kiriko's just bad.
Okay.
So I just kind of shoot at bots on with Kiri.
Okay. I mean, I'm looking at your form here. There's nothing really other that I really want to go over there. I don't have no other questions. Do you have any questions?
Well, how long do you think I should be like warming up for though?
10 minutes, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about there. Well,
Yeah,
I kind of sit in queue. I sit in training range. I just move around.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. I would say, even though you're only playing for 2 hours, I would try to take short breaks in queues if you can.
Okay.
I think I would alternate between aim training and then your next queue. Take those, like you said, 10-minute queues, even if it's just a 2-minute queue. Get up and move around, take a short break, do some jumping jacks, something like that, get some water.
Right.
That will help keep your energy up for the 2 hours, just a little bit more focus. Make sense?
Okay.
That's a good habit to get into, like now, especially if we get you to like your Overwatch League flex support. You're gonna need to have those habits. The same thing with the sleep, right? You need to build the habit now. Even though it doesn't feel like 2 hours, I mean, it's fine. 10 games, it's not that hard. Yeah, but build the habit right now.
All right.
Make sense?
Yep.
And it will help you a little bit. Same thing with the sleep. It might not be super noticeable, but it will definitely help you. Okay. Any other questions?
None, that's it.
Okay. Show me a code. Let's go.
Let me get you one from. I have a code from today.
Works for me.
Yeah, it was early.
Your Discord about me. Fortnite, your favorite game. Yeah, you're dating yourself right there.
That's 2 codes.
Okay.
I do enjoy Fortnite though. It's a good game.
I've heard it's a good game. I heard it's actually a surprisingly mechanically difficult game. One of the most.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah. Okay. Which one do you want to start with?
We can go with the first one.
Okay.
That was from today.
Let's get that code here. Oasis, Kiriko. So, you say you've been struggling with Kiriko, which might be that you're just a little bit unfamiliar with the hero and you need practice. Oh boy, you got the Toronto Defiant thing. You really are in on the Zoomer thing, aren't you?
I love that team.
Yeah, that is the Zoomer team. Yeah, those are some good boys. If Hydran tries to stop taking my wife, though, then we'd be on better terms. So it might be that you have a fundamental misunderstanding of exactly what you're trying to do with this hero. So let's just start with that. What is the hero supposed to be doing? What is the hero's strengths?
Well, Suzu's OP, TP is OP, Kunai is OP. I don't feel like her healing's like that good, but she can like be everywhere. That's kind of why I like her a lot. You can just,
right. So
like,
you should be everywhere.
Get away with it. Yeah.
You should be everywhere. Because you want to see that you're actually leveraging those strengths. Suzu is pretty much an objective strength that you can leverage just with a little bit of experience. We can talk about that, but it's fine. Your ultimate is an objective strength that's just pretty easy. But like the TP and the mobility and the wall climb and the damage and the range and your healing are tools that you need to be looking to try and leverage as much as you possibly can. Like you look at your comp right now. What do you think you're going to be doing?
It's probably like helping Genji, Tracer, kill stuff.
Yeah, go play DPS. Yep, pretty much. Like sometimes you might have to babysit your monkey a little bit or your main tank, but whenever you can, you need to be leveraging your mobility because the tank isn't going to be taking angles that are going to be as aggressive as you would like. Like right now, why are you on the floor?
I don't know.
You know, what should you do here?
I can go left and kill Lifeweaver, and that's an easy character to kill.
I mean, I think what you're doing now, assisting your Genji and throwing shurikens, is fine, right?
Yeah.
Because you're getting the best of both worlds. That's what you want. You don't want to be DPS Kiriko. You don't want to be Healbot Kiriko. You want to be both. Now, sometimes you'll have to do one or the other, DPS Kiriko or Healbot Kiriko, but you'd like to be able to do both. My question is, once again, why are you on the floor? Do you get what I'm saying? Go here. Go here. What does this allow you to do?
I can be here helping him.
Right. Easier
hit
shots,
better
right?
shots here.
Easier shots.
Way easier
so
to
just
shoot.
get off the floor. I'm actually like I would not want you to leave your Genji. I think this is totally fine.
Stick with him.
Yeah, stick with him. Find the most aggressive off angle that you can assist with that doesn't cost you your TP. See, because this is the problem. You see what you just did?
Yeah, I had TP. I could just
You left him, then you had to use your TP. And now he's dead. And you just used your Suzu. If you'd simply stayed with that aggressive angle, then you would not have had to use your cooldowns at all. And you could have saved your cooldowns for either selfishly or if an opportunity were later on, it means that you have to TP to somebody, you have them available. Like this hero is like very simple to understand. It's just very hard to execute. right?
Yeah.
It's just about taking the most aggressive position and helping. Like right now, there's no way that you should not be following your Tracer here right now. Zero reason for you not to be following your Tracer right now. Follow her right now.
Right.
But now, because it's going to happen again, right? Because now you're thinking about it, right? You're like, I don't want to TP, but I might have to,
Yeah,
you know,
like,
right?
let's just be there.
Right, you should be here. And the other thing too is, well, is if you go back to like prevention, right? You're here with this Tracer. She's the advantage in this duel.
Yeah, she wins that.
She wins the duel.
Sure.
So now she's actually disengaging when really she should have confidence to be taking this right here. You do more damage and more healing than a Brig who's also playing with her Tracer, right? So, and now look at her positioning here, right? This is your fault.
She's sitting on main.
You've given up map control, so now she's going to have a much harder time getting to backline because she should have won this duel and then used this flank to be able to get to backline. Yeah, so... But, you know, at least you shot the diva, right?
Yeah.
See, even here, it's like... I mean,
yeah,
you really could go with your Tracer on the flank. If you go over here, safe TP, you could have been over here. Now, that is going to mean that you abandon your Ana, but it might mean that you trade their backline better. And also, if you had preventively like taken the Tracer duel here with your Tracer, this Tracer would not be in a position to die for your Ana anymore.
Yeah, we already been set up.
Right. So when you get now, because now you're going to be stuck in a peel loop, is what I call it, where you've messed up initially, so you're going to have to spend like the rest of the thing playing on the back foot, if not dying, right? Look at that. Both of your supports dead. Oh, you didn't peel your Ana well enough. No, you didn't prevent it. It's like, look, once you make so many bad decisions like that, there's really not a lot that you can do to fix it, outside of like hit a crazy headshot to Tracer. And when you're playing with another flex support, or just another support that can heal your tank, that's kind of like what you're thinking about. If you're playing this with a Lucio, you'd still be prioritizing and helping your Tracer as much as you can, but you just might have to be sitting more with your Winston.
Yeah, pay a little more attention.
Right, but that's compensated by the fact that you don't have to necessarily babysit anybody else. You only have to worry about yourself. It's a less interesting way to play the game, but even then, you can still there's advantages, right? Lifeweaver's OP, no?
Yeah, definitely OP, right?
What should you do? Is this a safe TP?
You a Tracer.
Yeah.
Yes, it's pretty safe.
It's safe TP, right? You're not going to be punished for it. Nice. Nice. Do you notice how your Ana is like...
Yeah,
totally
like she's
safe?
fine.
Totally safe,
Yeah.
right? Like the only, and if she gets flanked, there's only one place where she can get flanked from, which makes it easier. Like you can also just help your Ana like by controlling a side of the map to where it just like streamlines where she has to worry, you know?
Right.
And you also notice that you don't actually have to shoot Diva the entire time either. Very good, by the way. It's exactly what you should be doing. Suzu was obviously totally reasonable given the target.
Yeah, you gotta one-shot me.
Yeah. Sure. This fight feels like it's kind of messy. Like, I feel like I don't want this fight to be clean. And this is also a nasty point for stalling as well, so I'm totally fine with it. I mean, this fight was really good from you. Like, almost perfect. Positions you took, the cooldowns you used, the whole playstyle, really, really, really well done. This as well, like, most aggressive person, most aggressive angle. Yep, totally fine. Looks good. Your Ana's not really in a position to heal. I like that we're weaving our damage and healing as well. Now, where should you be leaning to?
Right with Tracer.
Mm-hmm. You can take right over here with your soldier, and then from here decide whether you can assist. Go ahead.
I was also thinking like earlier before this fight started, I could have walked like all the way like deep left.
You could.
Maybe got to kill early.
Yeah. So this is the thing. Is like, do you want to play? You could play selfishly for a deep angle like here, but what's the problem with this position? It's not a bad position, but what's the weakness of this?
I'm just kind of out in the open. They can just turn on me.
Right. Well, I mean, okay, think about it from like, what do you want to be? What's the optimal play for Kiriko? Damage or heal?
Both.
Both. Right. What can you not do?
I can't heal.
Right. What can you not do from here? Where you're at right now?
Good damage.
Right, you can't do damage.
And
right?
I can't heal either.
Right. Well, okay,
like,
theoretically
really
you would peek. I'm assuming you're gonna peek your monkey, right? But it's
probably,
like
yeah.
but it's not gonna be that good. So the reason I like here is it's what?
I can do both. I can
can
help
do
my
both.
tracer.
You
I
can
can
help your
heal. I can do
tracer.
damage.
And then you could do this number, right?
Yep.
Control and angle, right? Now, if your tracer is on this side, I'd probably like this side better. This is better for you selfishly because of the range, right? It's an easier spam angle. This is like a little bit tighter. It's not as attractive. But what's probably more important than playing your range is playing to your original default playstyle. Because once you can do that, then you know, because you can even go like, well, I don't want to play here. I want to play like back here and help my tracer, right? That's fine, right? Yeah, just something to consider. Because this is like not great, honestly.
Yeah, it's doing nothing.
Yeah. And like, you see?
Yeah, she could like sit here forever from there.
She doesn't have the confidence, and she shouldn't have the confidence to play like and control the space because she knows she's not going to get help, but she should get help, right?
Right.
Good. And like you kind of again put yourself in a really awkward position. Like, well, what do you do right now? You know, I don't know. Like honestly, maybe probably push up to like this here, maybe, but this feels really bad too. Like. You could go up with your soldier, but that's not going to be awesome either. I probably should just push forward here, but you see, it's like you're not giving your DPS a chance to like do you any favors. You know, nice shot. Yes. Keep swinging. This is good. This is the most value we've had this entire fight. Don't put too much attention on her, right? Don't put too much attention. Like right now, it's like again the awareness of what's happening on the flank here, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like I know it's hard, like turning your Ana away, but like you just have to trust. Because if that D.Va ints your Ana, it's gonna take her forever to kill your Ana. And meanwhile, what is that D.Va giving up in her backline? Like you see that D.Va leaves, right? She's just like, there's no point. So like,
yeah, and Soldier's also there. They can just help too. Out of me.
So much more value could have been from controlling.
I wanted to TP in when she was like still back. But...
Yeah. But I really like this hero because I think this hero is very poetic in how she executes. Like she's very high skill ceiling, but it's a very simple meter, for lack of a better literary term. Because it's just, if you just have to do the basic things over and over and over and over again, but if you do them well and make good decisions about when and where and how, it's awesome. But obviously, like, you're really not doing a good enough job at those things.
Yeah.
So, the nice thing though is that you notice how fast this VOD review is going though, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't have to sit here and like nitpick details and try and bring. No, we know exactly what we need to be doing better, and we can also see when you do it well how good it feels too, right?
Yeah.
You don't even need to be like, well, this is theoretically what you do. You do it sometimes, and it feels awesome. Now, is what you're doing necessarily bad?
No.
But
I'm the killer here, I think.
The question is there something better that you could be doing? Remember, you're only half of the game right now.
Yeah, I'm not healing.
Right. So is my tracer in a position where I could be assisting her? Yes. But I'm not sure.
I'm playing Tracer right now, to be honest.
Right. Maybe if you're here with Tracer, you could take an angle like this here and maybe even like look for a hard flank, right? So what I would do is I would default to following her and then swing wide selfishly. Now, the reason why this is really important to ask, though, is because what if your team isn't taking off angles? What if you're playing, like with a Torb cast, right? What if you're playing with a Tracer, but your Tracer refuses to take an off angle ever? Is what you're doing then acceptable play?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's probably better. Now, you still need to be careful here because you don't have a main healer for your Rhine. But if you can get the opportunity to control space this way, this is probably the better play. So is damage or healing better for Kiriko? I don't know. You obviously both is best, but damage or healing, if you can only do one or the other, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. Yeah. Right. It's tricky. I would say damage is more often the better play when you have another support. Like if this was like an Honor or a BAP, doing what you're doing is objectively better. Healing is probably better if you don't, but right now your Ryan's not taking any damage anyway, so doing what you're doing now is probably fine. I just wonder if what would have happened if you'd given your Tracer an opportunity to like take an angle, you know? But even like here, like even if they're not taking an angle, you still would be like healing your Ryan from like a position like here, right? Or a position like here where you have the opportunity to do damage on the angle, and if your caster or tracer take an angle, you can heal your Ryan and help them at the same time. Like it's a lot harder for you to assist your tracer, like right there. Like right there, shooting the tracer was more important than healing your Ryan, because it prevented the damage from your Ryan in the first place. I would try to weave here. You need to be weaving at the tracer, because like you're just not going to be able to do enough healing.
Because he doesn't have recall, I'd kill her.
Yeah. Like you're just not going to be able to heal enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a BAP where like if you really need to focus on hitting your shots, you know, it's like you have to like prevent the Ryan from getting to that position by at least contributing damage. It wasn't your fault that your tracer died, so you guys were in a hole for sure, but could have definitely slowed that death up a lot. Sojourn, right? So
Go left.
I mean, it's hard, isn't it?
Because our Ryan's going main, he's just gonna die.
So what do you think?
I think it's better just to go main, because my Lucio's gonna go left.
I think so too. I think it's definitely tricky, but yeah, probably better to go with Ryan here. Probably better to heal, but then still continue to do what you're doing. Looking for damage opportunities. And I like the target priority as well, obviously, like Torb, not Diva. If anything here, I think you could be taking a more aggressive angle, like through here.
Yeah, far right.
Yeah.
So I would have caught Trace here.
Yeah, you would have. Bit of a disaster. But it's kind of funny, you can kind of see that like because they're putting so much attention on the flank here, and because they're putting so much attention on you with the Tracer, you haven't actually really needed to heal your Ryan that much. I mean, that's why it's like that proactivity, like trying to like look for those DPS opportunities. Is fine, use your ult, please. You should have dropped your ult there.
I should have. I used it now. Nobody can use it. I mean, we rotate into it.
Yeah, you know, they could use it. It was just too sketch, you know. It was like a losable fight.
I could have died.
Yeah. But thankfully the enemy team picked life waivers, so everybody was safe. I hate that hero so much. I spent like 3 hours grinding him yesterday, trying to theory test, theory craft everything.
Yeah, I don't know how to play him either.
Trash. He's just trash.
A long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, the fight's lost either way, so either you save the Suzu or use the Suzu, so... We'll keep an eye on the Suzus as well, because it is something that you can practice.
I think my Suzus are bad too.
Well, okay, like, so how do you get better at Suzus?
I don't really know, because I'm good with lamps, but like Suzu's just not the same. I don't know.
I think part of the reason why you might struggle is with BAP, kind of your mentality shift is more towards you're ready to lamp at any point in time.
Yeah, because I'm always healing.
Right. With this, you're already damaging. So for you, it's like prediction. Like you need to see this.
Because he charges in, I'm like, okay.
You need to be, your finger needs to be hovering over E.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know he's going to need Suzu here. You know it. So you're like healing him, but you should already be in. Like you shouldn't just be.
Yeah,
you should be walking forward too, right? So.
Yeah.
Anyway. Excuse me. And a lot of your Suzus have come out late in similar circumstances like that, where it's like you should have predicted that was going to be necessary, and you were just not ready for it. So it's more about the kind of thought process, and that's something that you can practice by. As much as we're talking about like your positioning and your off angles and who to assist with, go a couple of games or even just go a couple of days where you think nothing about like playstyle at all and just think about like trying to predict and prevent like Suzu stuff, right? And
just see what's going on. Right,
just get better at that skill so then you can go back and think about playstyle again and your Suzus will like you'll have downloaded more RAM. Same thing here. I don't like this position honestly that much. Like I think you want to be here so that you have a better angle and tracer, and then also like if you see an opportunity,
and options,
yeah, it's just more options. Like the distance here is like obviously you don't want to be like standing here, but like you could be standing here and like looking for angles and then like looking to control space here. Like that's really important that you heal your your cast there, right? This is really good.
Yeah,
Like this is a super stressful fight, but you're playing it very well. Awareness of like, you know, your Sojourn, your Cassidy, nice shots as well. Mechanics are honestly pretty darn good.
I mean, that's all I was working on.
Yeah.
Like when I put in the post or whatever, I was like, that's all it's doing.
They're definitely not a weakness for you, so. I mean, it makes sense given the fact that you have GM1 mechanics and other heroes, but. Like right now, Suzu, right? I would ult this, obviously, but you can expect that Suzu's probably going to be necessary soon. Why?
Because Ryan's like in the middle of everything.
Well, you hear Cole, right?
Yeah, and Cole, yeah.
They
have everything. They used one ult last fight, so.
Right. Now, the question here is like, should you save Suzu for Pulse or Riptire? I don't think it matters, honestly. It just needs to be ready that at some point something's going to happen here that's going to demand Suzu. Like right there. Shocker, right? Shocker.
I mean, it's still late, too, yeah.
And it was still late, right, exactly. Okay, it's fine. Whack. Weave. Stop shooting the Rhine. Nice. See, like this is the thing. Why are you damaging now?
I mean, he just shattered. She just used fade.
HP, right?
Yeah, he's full health.
As soon as he's earned the right, so it's important to keep him in the armor threshold, which is obviously like really tough. But as soon as he gets like a little bit of an HP gap, and you get like just literally a 1 second downtime to shoot 2 shots, take it. Take it. Prevent him from getting low by doing this, right? And then right now you're thinking Ryan might be low. So as soon as you can, I would be TPing away from this. Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's like you get the kill here. Now I'm like, okay, I've been damaging only. I'm gonna look over here, TP out to my Lucio, go back to playing heal game, right? And then just kind of win the fight from that, because you this is not.
Yeah.
It's like theoretically, if you could win the 1v1 there, it's good value, but you not only lost a 1v1, but you also didn't heal your Reinhardt. So it's like the worst of both worlds. Do you guys win this? You do.
We did.
How?
I don't know.
They have Tree. Tree's better than anything you guys got. Did you kill somebody? You must kill somebody. Oh no.
Maybe.
Does. Where?
Yeah,
Earth is. Oh, okay. Did he even? How did he even see? Oh, I guess she just peeks. Yikes. That's a good shot. Oh, not a lot you can do about that, but yeah. Stop shooting Ryan. Stop shooting Ryan. Taking A, like even like right now, right? So
I can go.
Where should
you
go?
Right up top, high ground.
Right, just take the high ground here. Heal. Look for some other angle here. Like you could honestly, like even here, you could even there's like this is like probably not the best play, but you could TP to your Tracer here. You could.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would recommend it, but you could. You could also go, oh, okay, I'm gonna TP over here, kill this guy, heal my team, right? You're kind of heal botting here, but the Ryan trade honestly is like the most irrelevant thing happening on the battlefield right now.
You always think I'm close to ult, so I just want to heal.
You know what? You're right. I think that's the best decision. I didn't even notice. Plat coach. Nah, but you're definitely right. Just to say, if you're that close to ult,
yeah,
just do it. I mean, it feels like every Suzu you do is like half a second late. Okay, easy. Any questions so far?
No.
The last comp that you played is probably the toughest Kiriko comp there is, honestly.
Yeah, because I'm like spinning in circles the whole game.
Yeah, and you got a Rhine and no other heal support.
Yeah, so Bat would probably be better, but I was just forcing Kiri.
No, I mean, I respect it too, because there's still a lot that you can get out of that, right? You're going to be in circumstances like that where you have to be able to perform that. So I think it's fine. I think you did a fine job. Still need to work on the Suzu there. I think like you can kind of see like when you were on the Rhine, the dynamic playstyle, right? The dynamic playstyle was like less of a factor because there's less of the opportunity to take angles. So you're kind of getting carried by the fact that you didn't have to think as much like a Kiriko, right? But obviously, like when we're getting more in these dive situations, then that was a lot more of a problem. But that being said, still room to improve with your target focus, like how much time you spend healing versus how much time you spend damaging. You get a little bit sticky with it, you know? You start damaging, you just lock in. You start healing, you just lock in. And the Suzu usage. Those are the two things. So, I mean, it's like not playstyle coaching, but it still highlighted some things that you can improve at. Okay. But the thing is like, if you look at this matchup, like, I mean, they have a garbage support lineup too, so...
They had like 30. They had like 30k healing that game.
Yeah. So let's put it this way: you don't like. Let's say they were in like BAP, right? You're not gonna like win the Rhine trade here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I have to kill something.
Right. So well, not just kill something, but you also BAP. You can help your Cassidy win off angles, even through just heal support, more than their Baptiste can. Right? Your Cassidy can win. So you're thinking, I'm gonna heal my Rhine as much as I can. But whenever I can, I need to be taking shots at Mei or Tracer or assisting my cast, because like you're just not going to win the Rhine trade playing it fair, right? So you need to play to your strengths. So even in the Rhine trades, like we were saying, you still have to like take opportunities here. The problem here is that like this is just like honestly really dumb. Like what are you doing? Like just like walk to your Reinhardt and heal your Reinhardt, or walk to your Cassidy and kill the backline. Something, right? Like this feels like what is going on? Like, but yeah, I mean, you can kind of see here that like, how do you win this fight, right?
We don't win the Rhine trade. We win everywhere else.
You win everywhere else, right? Your Rhine doesn't die fast, so therefore, we have time to win elsewhere. And it's partially up to your Rhine to recognize that, but it's also partially up to you just be willing to sell your Reinhardt even if you have to do it just to win elsewhere. Now they're on, it's definitely going to be true, right? Because there's going to be no way you win the Rhine trade. The guy can straight up like pin your Reinhardt and you're going to lose every trade. Unless you get the Suzu off. But even then, like, just not going to feel good. But again, you're down 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
Yeah.
It has to be. Like, it's not late by a lot, but it is late. I don't even know. What's the hardest Kiriko comp? Is it Rhine or snipers? I guess it depends on the map. Like, if it's like Circuit, I think Circuit's probably even harder than a Rhine trade. Because you can take like 0 off angles at all.
Yeah, you can't. You just stand.
But like Junkertown snipers Kiriko is probably pretty good, actually, I feel like. Because you can move around.
You can flank a lot.
Yeah. Either straightforward sniper duel on Circuit or a Rhine trade, probably the hardest comp for you. Killing me. Like, like it's not so much like oh, he's
I really didn't want to use Suzu though, because he has shatter.
I mean, I know that, but you have to trust your Reinhardt to be able to block that or take off angles to where it doesn't matter. The problem with not using Suzu now is that look at his HP. You know what's gonna happen.
It's gonna blow up.
Yeah. It's not just the nade or sleep or whatever else that's likely to come in. He's going to get chunked. He's not even close to full. So you have to prevent this from happening.
Yeah, because he has. Yeah.
Because
he has to back up.
And it happens. You get shattered anyway, right? Like you could look at this and be like, okay, you shouldn't have walked into a shatter, right? Obviously, but to me, it's more complex than that. I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. Good target priority here. Just pop it ASAP. 3, 2, 1. Yep. Kind of a weird Suzu, honestly, but sure. Go back to Rhine.
I don't know how I'm alive.
What happened?
This is.
Why did he stop?
I don't know.
This guy's smoking. Get out of here.
Also, when I pop ult, like I just like hold down left click.
Yeah, it's the stickiness, you know. You gotta be a little bit more dynamic than that. Sure. My only nitpick with this is what? Try and predict what I'm gonna say. That's my only problem with this.
Oh, it's early, I guess. I don't know.
Are you going to need your TP by the time the fight starts?
Well, if I don't get this kill, yeah.
Maybe. The Mercy doesn't spawn, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's my problem. So this is fine because their Mercy doesn't spawn, so therefore they can't punish you for not having TP. They can't take a fight, right? So it doesn't matter. Your TP is like a 6-7 second cooldown, doesn't matter. But if the Mercy's here, right, and you go for this and you TP out and they push, there's a window where you might want your TP, because it's not just about you TPing out. Where are you going to TP out?
Right on top of Reinhardt?
Right on top of Reinhardt. Do you want to be here when the fight starts?
No, I'm just going to...
Right, so you'd want to be like up here. So it's not just, oh, it costs you your TP, it also means that you're not set up for the next fight, which is fine because you're going to have all the time in the world to set up here, but you didn't know that because of the Mercy.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Now, I'm going to add on to that and be like, why the heck are you here?
I could be a Tracer, yeah.
You should be here.
Or top.
Here, yeah, it could be here, right? You're not going to win the fight with where you're at right now. Worthless. Because obviously we talked about there is a lot more, like, look at this, you're trolling. Like, there's a lot more dynamic with this because you are in a Ryan trade. Like, you do need to keep an LOS on your Ryan most of the time.
Right now.
Most of the time, but for crying out loud, this is so stupid.
I could have just did what I just did from top left. A lot easier too.
First death, right? And you saw how much she did too, right?
Yeah.
Just something to kind of consider. I mean, you're not even in a position to... See, the play there was to walk up, just let him hit you with a hammer over here, and then boop Suzu off the map. If you were a real pro, if you were a real pro, that's what a real pro would have done. So
it's like impossible to move Reinhardt.
Right.
Suzu.
Now, we just chastised you for not using Suzu on a slap Ryan, or a counterpin Ryan earlier. Why are you not Suzuing this nade?
I mean, no one's going to die from this nade.
Well, it's not just the death, it's the amount of damage. There's no damage.
Yeah, like, I can just heal this.
Yeah, there's no damage. Look at the positioning, look at the cover. No point Suzuing this. Honestly, though, okay, so this is really fun. Now, you shouldn't have gotten shattered.
No.
But why were you not expecting the shatter?
I don't know, because he has to like walk all the way around the corner and just like no follow up.
It's a really risky play from him, right?
Yeah.
Like, the fight hasn't really properly started, so you don't generally aren't ready for shatter, right? So, and it doesn't work for that very same reason. He gets no follow up, he gets booped, you get time to get Suzu'd, and he's gonna die for that. Maybe. But you kind of see what I'm saying though, right? So
yeah,
obviously probably shouldn't have gotten shattered there, but it's also, he paid the price, you know, he almost died for it. Now, I will say, remember, you know, if you get the opportunity, I know you're focusing on building that ultimate, but as quickly as you possibly can, eyes ahead in a swivel. Where can I be helping? Right? Yes. Yes. Yep. You might still lose this fight, but this is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Totally fine. You did the right thing, just didn't work out. Ryan trade.
Yeah.
Okay, next code.
It's in there, right? It's in
there. It's more of a statement rather than a question.
Yeah, so just ask it for me.
I'm not a zoomer, but I'm like, I guess, am I a millennial? So I've got the, you know, the Valley Girl, you know, everything I say is a question kind of thing. There's some study I was reading about that with like a dialectic. Everyone, it's like a big thing nowadays. All right, more Ryan trades. Where should you be?
Yeah, I don't have to heal them. I have that, so I can be with Soldier.
Yeah, win the trade. Win the trade. Kill Musashi. There you go. Trolling. Why are you even looking at ball? Like, you know your BAP has cooldowns, right? So like a ball slam is fine. Instead, you should be concerned about what the ball slam is enabling, which is
the Tracer.
The Tracer, right? That's where the real damage threat is. So you need to be focusing on that. And your Soldier is still, well, I mean, I don't even know where your Soldier, okay, Soldier's over there, so yeah. your ability to mark their Kiriko, no, I would say more Zenyatta and their Tracer, and most importantly, is going to be the difference between winning and losing this map. Obviously, Hanzo's rough, right? Obviously, Ball's rough as well. There's not a lot you could do versus Ball, but every time Ball goes in, there needs to be 0 follow-up. Otherwise, you guys are going to be in trouble. And that's going to be about helping your soldier, helping your sojourn, and the damage, right? If we can get both, great. But honestly, this might be, if you can't get both, this might be more of a map where you are, if you can avoid Hanzo sightlines, DPS Kiriko. Like right now, like I'm stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Right.
Where's the Tracer? Where's the Tracer? Drop.
Yeah.
Start spamming. Right? Do not let her go to point. Do not let her stage. Do not let her follow up. This is just completely worthless. Completely worthless. Like, I get it. You don't want to peek this here, right? It's just not a very good trade when they're not distracted. But for crying out loud, shoot the Tracer. You're not even looking for her. That's fine. Stop shooting the ball. And look, what has your contribution been in this fight?
Nothing. Healing.
Nothing. You've not been. You really haven't been able to do anything with what you're doing, right? So of course. That's why people like Magid are so successful. You've contributed more in 2 shots when the fight was already lost, and you have the entire. I mean, that's why Magid is so successful with this playstyle, because it's.
I watch him a lot. And Finn, they just play DPS.
Yeah, I mean, it's a, I wouldn't say a caricature. It's definitely an extreme variation of that playstyle. But especially when you're playing, when you have freedom to do it, you need to be leveraging that. It's not even like, oh well, you need to have the mechanic. No, it doesn't even matter if you have the mechanics for it. Like, if you don't have the mechanics for it, you need to get the mechanics for it. Like, okay, so what's the problem with what you're doing right now?
I'm not gonna kill him, and I'm not really helping anyone.
Is that a problem?
No.
No, it's still controlling. It's still pressure, right? Still pressure here. My question though is, do you have like full information about where the enemy team is? Do you know where Tracer is? Do you know where Zen is? Do you know where Kiriko is?
No, I only know where Zen and Han
right.
are.
So this is like the sticky thing where I want you to. You need to be damaging here, but you still need to be kind of like paying attention to what's going on in the battlefield to decide about what you should be doing, right? That totally unnecessary. TP there. Yeah, it's okay. Go next.
Dead.
Stop. Honestly, like, a lot of the times, not even worth your time. Now it's obviously worth your time. Yep. Get out of here. The funny thing is as bad as this felt,
yeah,
you know, obviously, like, you know, the guy gets his head blown off. Look at what you do here. Discord.
Yeah, because they could have killed Ryan here.
Ball. You see this?
Yeah.
And you just go, peace. Right? Now you are in Lucio now, so you know.
Yeah, I gotta pay attention to Ryan.
You know, you're gonna have to keep more eyes on your Ryan, but you did more there than you did in pretty much every fight this entire run. Nice. That's your strength, right? Like, you could be that distraction that supports your team, that prevents the damage from even happening. Help your Genji. Yes. You need to hold the space. Careful about the ball attention. Like, obviously he's the most aggressive member right now, but like, you need to be really careful. Good. Focus on the Kiri. Get her. Ego. Come on. Nice. Very nice. Very good. Very good. This is great. This is great. This is just good. This is just great Kiriko gameplay. This is really good. I mean, obviously it feels good when you're hitting the shots, but even without hitting the shots, like as you saw earlier on, it's the right approach. It's the right approach. And obviously playing with the Rhine and playing with Winston, it definitely limits that, but it's still there. Let's look at, you got time for 5 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at a little bit more. Give me 1 second. Actually, I'm gonna let the next person know that it's pass it on, you know? Next person's running over. Next person's running over. And a little bit over. I had a session one time where they had a ton of questions, and we ended up starting like the last session like 25 minutes late. I just felt so bad.
Yeah.
Now, don't do this. You need to trust.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
It's a Genji diva. They've got Lucio support. They're all right. If you think that this is like this was, go ahead.
If I get stuck here, I'm just dead.
Right.
I'm gonna TP into a slam right now.
Meanwhile, really, who's the most fragile member of your team right now?
Soldier.
It's a soldier, right? It's a soldier, right? So what you're doing here is probably fine. I mean, obviously it's Harry with the Hanzo, but it's the right play. This is not the right play. Because even if you don't die here, what is your net value, right? Meanwhile, let's give ourselves some context.
Yeah, you can't really do anything.
You just can't really do much, right? And the funny thing is that you're not even helping your diva. You're either it's like oh, maybe I'm gonna heal bot my diva a little bit. Definitely not the best play, but you can't even do that properly, right? Like your diva's still half. Like she's just playing Ring Around the Rosie with you. So this is fine though. This is good. This is where we want to be. You're killing me, man. Why did you just fall off the map? Stop looking at ball. This fight's lost. Okay. See, it's all about effective VOD review speed. You gotta know when it's lost, and then there you go. Okay, so soldier, nice, clutch, nice. Probably a quick check here. Okay, there's nobody here. Why did this guy even slam? What is he doing? Oh, Genji dashed out. All right. Probably just use it. Honestly, just use it.
Yeah.
You're killing me. Probably should have just thrown it from here, you know, and just finish up the fight. Then wait, put pressure on point. But yeah, that's okay. Oh no, disaster. Oh no, disaster. Maybe with a bomb? Maybe?
I think it's fine.
You're down 2 though. I don't know.
But we have soldier. I thought soldier would come.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think because we have more ults than them.
That's true. All right. I'll choose my battles. I can live with that. You know, you're really showing your ego there, disagreeing with me as a coach. You know,
Yeah.
You should just shut up and listen to what I tell you to do. That's what the best students do, right? Don't ask any questions.
Well, that's just Kiriko. It's like
Don't ask any questions. Just say, you know, yes sir. I think that's the way ego works. You know, you're supposed to let me have ego, but you're not allowed to have ego. That's how it works.
Right.
Yeah, my ego doesn't count though, because you know I'm older than you, so I can do whatever I want. All right. I mean, I don't know what your team is doing, honestly, so I don't even blame you. This is just crazy. Like, I'm like, you were like going back to help soldier, and then like your team's just like, let's go. I'm like, okay, whatever. All right. So the Zen is definitely like adds a little bit more dynamic, where like we talk about like the most fragile angle, you know, you still want to be trying to like control space as much as you can, but it might be you play with soldier on an angle, but you can still see your Zen, or vice versa. But yeah. See, like here, it's like, it's really not your concern what happens over here.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really help here. So go with your soldier and let the ball screw around. Like, I don't care, like, whatever. Help your soldier hold his angle, though.
Okay.
AI is really not
evolving.
doing so hot right now. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Far right.
I would have preferred, yeah, just throw it here and support point by controlling space better. Because a lot of the whole reason why we're so like obsessive with the Kiriko playstyle is because it's what controls space better, right? And that's the same logic for why this sucks, right? This doesn't, you don't need help controlling point. The people on point are going to burn because of the people here. So you need to take the position here so that these guys don't shoot point, right? It's like prevention, you know? Because you're not, this is horrible for you. I mean, honestly,
I'm AI too.
I get it. I get it. Like it was probably necessary, to be honest with you. You just messed it up.
One shot.
Yeah. It's just you just messed it up. It was a good idea. Yeah, just control space. Control space. Whenever you get the opportunity to control space, doing the healing and damage, best case scenario, especially on an aggressive off angle. If you don't have the opportunity, or there's nobody taking an aggressive off angle, then you need to decide between whether it's mostly healing with like weaving and damage on squishies, or mostly damaging and weaving and healing on squishies. That's kind of like the balance there. The playstyle one was by far the biggest issue with you, and then I would also throw in a little bit of the Suzu usage and trying to like anticipate, right, what you're going to be using Suzu for, so that you react to it faster. Because obviously, like, how old are you? 17, 18?
I'm 19.
Okay, so 19. So you don't have a reaction speed problem, okay? It's all about like preventing the thing ahead of time or anticipating it, so you're able to like smash your finger faster. So let's write this up. Give me a second here. So Kiriko, how would you describe the skills that you need to practice? How would you describe them? Easier way to remember.
I was taking notes.
Okay.
Of course.
So you're way ahead of me.
I would just say I wrote down stage with my DPS like earlier. Or like set myself up earlier in the fight and then move based off of that. Try to stick with DPS if I can. Predict Suzu based on what's happening in front of me. And my target priority could be a little better from time to time. And then with the ball tracer, I was just like, just ignore ball because I'm never gonna kill him. Like. I just
falls into the target priority issue, really, because you're doing a little bit of that with the Reinhardt shooting too. You know, like hitting your whopping.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it 30% damage reduction with armor?
I think that's because I just played BAP. I played BAP so much.
Yeah,
like you're shooting shields.
Yeah. Well, with BAP, it's because the fire rate is so fast that it's like really hard to like flick.
I can actually break it.
Right. And well, you do actual damage, and it's also really hard for you to flick back and forth. But Kiriko, the travel time means that you can be a little bit more flexible with your weaving. Also, no such low body shot damage is like crazy, but yeah. I will add one other thing about the point there. It's not so much that you should just never play with your tank whenever you can. It's just that oftentimes the DPS have the more aggressive and more valuable off angles.
And they can keep that space better.
But if you have like a Winston on a hard flank, probably go with your Winston, honestly. I mean, that's probably something you'd be doing anyway because you're trying to heal your tank, but just kind of keep that in mind. It's more about the aggression. Like, you could be on the backline with your ball like 24/7 on some maps. But yeah, last thing I'll add is just keep in mind that a lot of these things are dependent upon the composition that you're playing the hero, the other support as well. Because the Zen definitely makes things more awkward, but it also means that you don't have to be as like super, super hyper aggressive deep because you win so much space just in front of the Zenyatta LOS. But yeah. Okay, any questions?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
If any questions do come up, you can just shoot me a message anytime.